of opinion that a man who desires to get married should either know everything or nothing. Which do you know?
I know nothing, Lady Bracknell.
I am pleased to hear it. I do not approve of anything that tampers with natural ignorance. Ignorance is like a delicate, exotic fruit. Touch it and the bloom is gone. The whole theory of modern education is radically unsound. Fortunately, in England, at any rate, education produces no effect whatsoever. What is your income?
Between 7,000 and 8,000 a year.
In land or in investments?
In investments, chiefly.
That is satisfactory. What between the duties expected of one during one's lifetime and the duties exacted from one after one's death, land has ceased to be either a profit or a pleasure. It gives one position, but prevents one from giving it up. That's all that can be said about land.
I have a country house with some land, of course, attached to it, about 1,500 acres, I believe, but I don't depend on that for my real income. In fact, as far as I can make out, the poachers are the only people who make anything out of it.
You have a town house, I hope. A girl with a simple, unspoiled nature like Gwendolen can hardly be expected to reside in the country.
Well, I own a house in Belgrave Square, but it is let by the year to Lady Bloxham.
Lady Bloxham? No, I don't know.
Oh, she goes about very little. She's a lady considerably advanced in years.
Ah, nowadays that is no guarantee of respectability of character. What are your politics?
Well, I'm afraid I really have none. I am a liberal.
They come to stories, they dine with us, or come in the evening, at any rate. Now to minor matters. Are your parents living?
I have lost both my parents.
To lose one parent, Mr. Worthing, may be regarded as a misfortune. To lose both looks like carelessness. Who was your father?
Well, I'm afraid I really don't know. The fact is, Lady Bracknell, I said I had lost both my parents. It would be nearer the truth to say my parents seem to have lost me. I don't actually know who I am by birth. I was found.
Found?
The late Mr. Thomas Cardew, an old gentleman of most charitable and kindly disposition, found me and gave me the name of Worthing because he happened to have a first-class ticket for Worthing in his pocket at the time. Worthing is a place in Sussex. It is a seaside resort.
And where did the charitable gentleman who had a first-class ticket for this seaside resort find you?
In a handbag.
A handbag?
Yes, Lady Bracknell, I was in a handbag. A somewhat large, black, leather handbag with handles to it. An ordinary handbag, in fact.
In what locality did this Mr. James or Thomas Cardew come across this ordinary handbag?
In the cloakroom at Victoria Station. It was given him in mistake for his own.
The cloakroom at Victoria Station?
Yes, the Brighton line.
The line is immaterial. Mr. Worthing, I confess I feel somewhat bewildered by what you have just told me. To be born, or at any rate bred in a handbag, whether it had handles or not, seems to me to display contempt for the ordinary decencies of family life that reminds one of the worst excesses of the French Revolution. And I presume you know what that unfortunate movement led to.
Oh, may I ask then what you advise me to do? I need hardly say I would do anything in the world to ensure Gwendolen's happiness.
I would strongly advise you, Mr. Worthing, to try and acquire some relations as soon as possible, and to make a definite effort to produce, at any rate, one parent of either sex before the season is quite over.
Well, I really don't see how I can possibly do that, Lady Bracknell. I can produce the handbag at any moment. It's in my dressing room at home. I really think that ought to satisfy you, Lady Bracknell.
Me, sir? What has it to do with me? You could hardly imagine that I and Lord Bracknell would dream of allowing our only daughter, a girl brought up with the utmost care, to marry into a cloakroom and form an alliance with a parcel. Good morning, Miss Worthing.
Good morning, Lady Bracknell. Algy, for heaven's sake, stop playing that ghastly tune.
Didn't it go off all right, old boy? Do you mean to say Gwendolen refused you?
Oh, Gwendolen is as right as a trivet. As far as she's concerned, we're engaged. Her mother is an absolute gorgon. I don't really know what a gorgon is, but I'm quite sure that Lady Bracknell is one. In any case, she's a monster without being a myth, which is rather unfair. Algy, you don't suppose that Gwendolen will become like her mother in about 150 years, do you?
All women become like their mothers. That is their tragedy. No man does. That's his.
Is that clever?
It's perfectly phrased, and quite as true as any observation in civilized life should be. By the way, did you tell Gwendolen the truth about your being Ernest in town and Jack in the country?
My dear fellow, the truth is not quite the sort of thing one tells to a nice, sweet, refined girl. Besides, before the end of the week, I shall have got rid of Ernest. My poor brother Ernest is going to be carried off, quite suddenly, in Paris, by a severe chill.
I thought you said that your ward was a little too much interested in your poor brother Ernest. Won't she feel his loss a good deal?
Oh, Cecily isn't a silly, romantic girl, I'm happy to say. She's got a capital appetite, goes for long walks, and pays no attention at all to her lessons.
She'd rather like to see you, Cecily.
I shall take very good care that you never do. She's excessively pretty and only just 18.
Have you told Gwendolen that you have an excessively pretty ward who is only just 18?
One doesn't blurt these things out to people. Cecily and Gwendolen are perfectly certain to be extremely good friends. I bet you anything you like that half an hour after they've met, they'll be calling each other sister.
Women only do that when they've called each other a lot of other things first.
Miss Fairfax.
Algy, kindly turn your back. I have something very particular to say to Mr. Worthing.
Oh, really, Gwendolen, I don't think I can allow this at all.
Ernest, we may never be married. From the expression on Mamma's face, I fear we never shall. But although she may prevent us from becoming man and wife, nothing she can possibly do can alter my eternal devotion to you. Your Christian name has an irresistible fascination. The simplicity of your character makes you exquisitely incomprehensible to me. Your town address I have. What is your address in the country?
The Manor House, Woolton, Hertfordshire.
There is a good postal service, I suppose. It may be necessary to do something desperate. The Manor House, Woolton, Hertfordshire.
My own one.